So far we have been capable of giving the optical isomerism by drawing Fisher projection and priority rules. Here we are going to see the geometrical isomerism, for which we will apply the same set of rules, priority rules. And here we will have the names as the Entanglement and E or Z isomer. So E usually is for the trans isomer and Z is for the cis isomer. Okay, the isomers containing double bonds, they are not capable of rotating around the double bonds like this. So there is a restricted rotation. So this gives rise to fixing of the groups across the bonds. Here you can see that the double bond is across second and third carbon atom. First and fourth carbon atom, they are singly bonded, and the name that is given is a cis-2-butene. And rotation around second and third double bonds is restricted by this. So if you compare these two, across the double bond, the line can be drawn. And you can see that this is a heavier group and this is also a heavier group. This is a light group and this is a light group. Okay, both the heavier groups are on the same side. So that is why it is called as a cis. But if you look at this, one heavier group and another heavier group are quite opposite across the double bond. This you call it as the across the double bond. While looking at this, you will see that they are opposite and therefore they are called as the trans. And that is also based on the sequence rules. I think you know the sequence rules. We have mentioned it as Kohn, Ingold, Verilog system. Okay, in which the atomic weight of the groups attached is taken into consideration. Okay, so here are some examples that we are going to see and practice. Okay, let us see the first example there. I'm just going to write the molecular weight of that, and you're going to mention the priority there. So here is a double bond is there. This is the double bond which is not rotatable, and you have to draw a line like this to find out which groups lie, which heavier groups lie on the same side. So before naming, on this side this is 6 and this is 1, and here this is 6 and this one is for bromine. This is the first atom that is attached to be taken. Bromine is having about 39. Okay, so this is heavier. Therefore, we will see that 6 and 39 both are on the same side of double bond. Therefore, that is cis, and therefore it is given as Z there. Okay. So likewise, coming to this is CH3, and the next group is COOH. I'll write it again because some mistakes are there. CH3 and this is COOH. Okay. So this is our example now. Here you have COOH. Okay, let us mark. So hydrogen on the same side of the double bond, if you see, hydrogen is 1, carbon is 6. Same side of the bond, you have 6 and 6. Okay. Now both are 6. Both of them are 6. This is also 6 and this is also 6. So as for the sequence rules, you have to look into the next group there. Here also you have to look into the next group. If you go to the next group, it is oxygen, that is 8. This is hydrogen, that is 1. Oxygen is having higher priority. Therefore, the heavier group is on this side, another heavier group is on this side. Both are on the same side of the double bond. Same side of double bond. Therefore, it is given as Z configuration. Okay. And the next example, we have, you draw the line across the double bond. This is 1 and this is 17 and this is also 17 and this is 39. So if you look at closely, heavier group is on this side. On this side, heavier group is this one, bromine with 39. So they are opposite side of the double bond. Therefore, this conforms to E configuration, which is nothing but trans. Okay. Now you will have something which is very complex one. So you look at this. This is the C double bond C. Okay. If you draw a line across this, you will see 6 here and you will see 6 here. Okay. Now you have C double bond C. This is written like this. Okay. Here you will have C6H5. Okay. So you can write this as C double bond C, CH3 at the bottom, okay, CH2, CH3 at the top. This one I am writing here. Okay, so this C is connected to a 5-membered ring. That means of a single bond, double bond, it is connected like this. And here you are connected like this. This double bond. This is C6H5 group is there. So after going through 1, 2, 3, you get this heavier ring there. After going through 1, you get a heavy ring here. So this one seems to be heavy, high priority. And here you seem to be high priority. So high are on the opposite side. Therefore, this is trans isomer. Okay, so that is the trans isomer. And look at some of the examples. There are some complex types in which you will have the 2 or 3 double bonds. Okay, in these 2 or 3 double bonds, you will be able to capable of giving ZZ as a cis trans and trans examples. Okay, so first across this double bond, a line can be drawn. So you have lighter group here and lighter group here. This is CF3 heavier group, and this entire thing is a heavier group there. Okay, so both the heavier groups are on the same side. Therefore, it is given as this Z. Okay, and you take this C, draw a line like this, cross this. You see light group here and light group here. This is a heavier group, and this one is heavier group. So both the heavier group give rise to Z or cis isomer. Okay, if it is not clear, I will draw it here again. I will try by drawing for a different molecule Z and D. Okay, so let me draw this molecule H3C. Okay, H, C double bond C, H, and here you have C. This entire group I will just name it as a C1, C2, C3, C3H5, C3H5. So name it here. Okay, now you see you have lighter group on this side and you have lighter group on this side. Draw a line. Okay, here you have compared to hydrogen, this is heavier. Compared to hydrogen, this is heavier. So both H heavier groups on same side. So it is given as Z isomer. Okay, I will draw the molecule again for the next set. This double bond. Okay, on the top you have CH3, at the bottom you have H. Here on the top you have H, this H. The bottom you have this particular group. Again, I will name it as C3H5. Okay. Now it is your job to decide what is where. So you draw a line across and you'll see that high priority is here, low priority is here. Low priority is here, high priority is here. High and high opposite. High and high opposite. Therefore, they are called as trans, and therefore it is E. So you have this as the E isomer. Okay. So this isomer is having cis as well as trans, and therefore you can write it as a Z, E isomer. Z, E isomer. So this is one of the way of how writing things and very easily. And within this, you are going to have the optical isomers also. The optical isomerism is when you have asymmetric carbon atom. You can see here, this one is asymmetric carbon atom, and 4 different groups are there. Okay, CH3, C2H5, H, and this large group. This group I shall call it as a C2, C3, H, 3 plus 2, 5, C3H5. This will be C3H5. Okay. So if you take up this particular molecule, I will draw this molecule here. C2H5. It's backward to our camera, to our facing horizon, and then facing this is the CH3. I think you can know this. This CH3 is that one. Okay. And then you have H here. Then you have C3H5. Okay. As per the Kohn-Ingold Prilak system, this should be of lower priority. Okay. So we are going to draw the Fisher projection formula in which we are going to write these two, the dashed lines and the dashed and fully shaded wedges taking a single line, coming around these single things. Okay, so this is C2H5 because it comes like this. They are pushed back. This is also pushed back and this is also pushed back for writing the Fisher projection formula. When you push it, this CH3 comes to the bottom and C2H5 goes there. And opposite, just above C2H5, you will have to the right of the C2H5, you will have H, and then we have C3H5. Okay, so we are going to make 2 exchanges because you have to bring hydrogen to the bottom. Hydrogen to the bottom. When we bring hydrogen to the bottom, we get a structure like this. H. Okay, and then CH3 comes here. You will have C3H5 here, and then C2H5 here. So naturally, hydrogen has got the lowest priority, so it is pushed up. Because this is C3 group, this will have first priority, this will have second priority, and this will have third priority. So the rotation is along the clockwise direction, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, it is clockwise. So this clockwise is D configuration. Okay, this D configuration is what you are having here. D. Okay. Now, what has happened here is because this is a a very, very long molecule. Here you are placing a mirror there. When you place a mirror, we call it as mirror. When you place this mirror, you are getting a reflection here. Okay. So in this reflection, everything is getting inverted. Okay. This particular group, which we call it as the C3H5, C3H5. Here it is on the left, and here it is on the right. Okay. So as a result of this, this D becomes, this D, we have proved this D becomes a L. L. Therefore, an isomer, a mixture of this will be called as the DL pair. DL pair. The same thing is there for the this one also. So I can again insert it back and we can write it back. But before that, I'll end up by giving the another example. So here it is. In a few cases, single bond rotation is also slowed so that cis trans isomers can be isolated. So here is a very conditional cases in which you have low temperature. In the low temperature, you'll have rotation will be restricted, and you will have that you can draw a line across this. You'll have two groups. Here oxygen, here CH2PH. So as per the priority on this side, Me, this is methyl group. Methyl group and oxygen means it is CH3. This is priority 1. This is priority 2. Here you have CH3. Here you have CH2PH. So this is priority 1 and this is priority 2. So when you look at this, both the groups are on the same side. Okay, same side. Therefore, it is cis isomer or Z isomer. Okay, so that is being given out by some kind of rotation there. Here, this is also CH3 actually. Okay, intercorrelation should be very slow, and at a deuterated chloroform, it is taking place like that. Here also the same example is there. I look at this example. This push-pull ethereal nearly filled rotation, free rotation around water formally, C double bond, C bond. So this is an anionic bond there. Okay, so electron, it is electron rich center, but anyway, when you have minus here, you have plus also there. This is not for you, not for your syllabus. But just going along and mentioning here, you can see some double bond example there. How the rotation along restricted rotation can cause. Always you have to write that restricted rotation can give rise to isomerism. It is geometrical. Okay, some of the examples are also there, and you can see that what is happening to the cis isomers and the trans isomers. The properties, physical properties are given there. Cis isomers and trans isomers often have different physical properties. Difference between isomers in general arises from the difference in the shape of the molecule or the overall dipole moment. Dipole moment is, here you will have pulling power of COOH in this direction and pulling power of CH in this direction. So these two directions, okay, they cancel each other. So therefore we have dipole is equal to 0. Okay, but these two are on the same side. So they will have a net dipole moment. This is malic acid. And this one is fumaric acid. So you should remember fumaric is trans and malic is cis. Both are having same formula but different geometrical formula. And you see what is happening to the property there. Melting point is at about 130 degrees C and this is 286 degrees C. It's very high because it is very stable and dipole is very close to zero. Solubility is, this one is very much soluble, 788, and this is very highly soluble. Reason is you have two COOH on the same side. Okay, if you have two COOH, there is possibility of dehydration, steric hindrance, steric stability. All these things are there. Okay, so this is given in terms of the rate constant K1 and K2. You can see that this is higher and this is also higher. At 25 degrees C, it is very low and this one is there. So these are the kinetic studies which can help you identify the properties of the isomer. So the NMR is given there. NMR spectra. In the NMR spectra, if you have two COOH groups on the same side, okay, this H and this H are the H along this, okay, they will have some coupling, and that coupling will give rise to, look at this B and this B and this B and this B are opposite. This is opposite and this is very adjacent. Okay, when they are adjacent, they can give rise to coupling as well as the coupling constant, which is nothing but splitting. You get at about 10.88 Hertz. Here the coupling is very weak because they are very far away, and you get at about 15.0. So this is a instrumental method for determining the geometrical isomer. So I'll stop here, and I hope you have understood the geometrical isomer. Some examples. Again, we can work out a few examples in our next session. Thank you for joining.